Good evening. We're going to be doing another supine practice tonight, this evening. Hope you guys are well. Okay. Hope you had an awesome day. If you are doing this live and you're on now, or if you are seeing this later, let me know. I can't even remember what day of quarantine this is because I feel like everyone started, like some people were quarantining before it was suggested. So let me know what day of quarantine this is for you. It's session 20, but we've been doing 2 a day. Let me know how your day was. What have you been doing? Kello and I went to a beautiful park today. I feel a little sun-kissed, even though it was cold. So let me know how you're doing. Let me know how you're feeling. Again, today we're diffusing sandalwood, myrrh, and actually I'm doing Hawaiian sandalwood, myrrh, and ylang ylang. Oh, such a rooted, creative, inducing blend. Just making sure a few more people can come on who wanted to. Okay, so today make sure you have at least 2 blankets, at least 2 pillows, at least 2 towels. So the towels can be like one big, one small, kitchen or bath. And we're going to do some more restorative, specifically for the digestion, but it's just really to calm the entire nervous system. So we kind of like urge that parasympathetic nervous system to catch on, to come on. I was just looking for one of my oils I wanted to talk to you about. Okay. So go ahead and grab something to drink. Get comfy. And we are actually going to just center for a quick moment and then come right into a constructive rest. So get the props all ready, your scarf or your yoga, what is it called? Can't remember it. If you saw my video this morning, you know I'm like in total quarantine mom brain. So I just wanted to get the props ready. So the first prop is just going to be a very wide blanket. So it's kind of like the width of your mat. Now mine is going to be in half because it's going to come to the bottom of my back. So you just want it to be comfy here. Okay. And then you're going to want a pillow or a block. So the pillow, we're going to actually squeeze it. And then you're going to want a, let me just double check. I did, oh yeah. And then like a small pillow for your neck, or a towel rather, rolled up for your neck, just your neck. Okay. So that will be in a moment. And of course your scarf, we're going to need that to tie, something to tie it up. So go ahead and come to your comfy seat. As always, a continuation from this morning, really just letting the breath fill in. A lot of times throughout the day, we can't even remember like doing the activities that we do, to just like while we're walking, to just give gratitude for our breath, to just check in with our breath. right? No matter where you are, the smells, the sounds. If you're running after a little one like me and you're anxious most of the time, not only with people around, but just with what he's doing, noticing tiny little moments, because that's sometimes all you have, right? To breathe in and to check in. Little moments. And this practice, this consistent practice that we have morning and night will help you to get there. I promise. As long as you're consistent. So I'm not going to stay here super long. So we're going to do a lot of allowing tonight. A lot of it just allowing gravity to take us. A lot of allowing cushions to be our support. A lot of allowing time to love on us, meaning we're giving ourselves the time tonight, like 5 minutes per pose, okay? So as you breathe into the belly and breathe into the ribs, start to nourish yourself with that breath. Feel grace come into your mind's eye. Feel grace come into your heart. Now start to take that breath from your belly and your ribs into your heart. Kind of feel it drawing up. Exhale, release, let it all go. We're going to do it again. Belly, ribs, heart, neck, low chin. Exhale completely, right? Navel to spine. And on this next one, belly, ribs, heart, neck, chin, face, top of the head. And as you exhale, bring everything to heart center. Bring your hands to heart center. Bring it all. Let it settle there. Root down through the sit bones. Feel a long, tall spine. We'll breathe in and sound our voices together. One single Om. Breathe in, and as you exhale, just release the chin, slightly release the hands. Good. So hopefully you came over to make this little creation on your mat. Again, it is a blanket that's kind of the width of your mat, just so you can be comfy. And this folded side is actually going to come into the small of your back. Okay, so if it's well, you'll feel back here, have your strap near you, have your blocker pillow near you. You'll feel here how this neck towel feels under your neck, right? So this blanket's pretty squishy, so that feels like perfect. Now what we're gonna do, this is called constructive rest. So we're actually gonna hug the block or the pillow with our knees, so just so you can get a feel of the distance. And then this strap is actually going to come around you. And if you have a regular yogi strap, you can hook it, you can loop it. But all we're going to do here is tie it. We're actually going to tie it twice because we want this to be hips distance. Okay? So go ahead and tie that up. And we're just going to hang here. So stay here for a moment. We'll just grab this. Good. Welcome to Quarantine Yoga. All right. Okay. So go ahead and really allow the head and neck to just relax around that bolster, that towel. And the legs should be tied because we don't want them to be splaying out at all. We don't want any tension to be held actually at all. So your feet want to be hips distance. You want to be squeezing that pillow or block. And then you want the legs to just relax so that they kind of hit against the sides of the strap. Okay? Feel the spine being nice and long. You can have the hands wherever they feel good, maybe on the belly. So breathe into the belly here. And exhale, relax everything. So as we come into this first constructive rest, right? Here's the point of restorative yoga. We have to practice letting go. We actually have to practice giving ourselves the permission to relax. And I think many people are watching a lot more television, a lot more news, listening to a lot more people, watching a lot more Facebook memes and videos. And we have to give ourselves the time at the end of the day to come into that restorative, just that restoration, okay? Now this actually starts to loosen or untense the muscles of the digestive system that I was talking about this morning in session 19. So I want you to just stay here for about another 3 minutes and just enjoy. So as you're laying here, breathing into the belly, I want your nervous system to remember this feeling. You could be just starting to relax. And if this is the case, I want you to, if you're listening to this replay, pause the video here. And you could stay in this pose for like 10 minutes. Okay, but for purposes of showing you the rest, I'm going to untie my strap. Go ahead and release the block or pillow. Roll over to one side. And then we're setting up this next one. It's a little bit funky. It's a little bit funky, but I find it very effective to relax in a way that you might not be used to. So I'm actually going to take this blanket and fold it one more time, like so. Okay. Now, the second blanket should be the same-ish size. Mine are a little different. And I'm going to bring the top to be the same height, but the bottom is actually a little bit different because this is going to be supporting more so my belly and this is going to be supporting more so my rib cage. But this I also am going to fold down to even support my rib cage even more. So we're going to be belly down on this one. Now the forehead is going to be on the towel that we were using for our neck, okay? So you're going to decide, once we go face down, you'll notice my blankets are squishy enough that my body is going to be directly in line with my forehead, basically. If it is not in line, you can take the towel and bring it, open it a little bit so it's a little lower, okay? The towel down here is my larger towel. It's actually going to be on the tops of my ankles, so like this, okay? Now, these, I forgot what I was going to say. I told you I have mom brain today, bad. Quarantine mom brain, it's like the worst kind of brain. And I'll think of it after I say, oh, I think the other thing I wanted to say was you'll notice once you're down there, whether it feels good, like your hands are going to kind of be like this because we're going to be face down, okay? So we're going to have enough space for ourself to breathe and our nose to fit nicely. So maybe you're going to bring the pillows here, okay? And they might be good to just have next to you to go like this, right? I'm not sure yet, so we'll figure it out as we go. Now, if you ever go to a Swarupa class, Swarupa, however you want to say it, they literally do all of this for you. So they kind of help just to set this all up for you, and it's glorious. So we are going to be here, again, for 5 minutes. So as you settle in, I want you to kind of just let, like I said, your belly come down to this low part, your ribs come to the high part, and you're going to drop your forehead right down here. Make sure that your ankles line up right on top, okay? So that's pretty comfy for me. Again, let your ribs be comfortable. Let your forehead come right out. Let your face be comfortable. And then go ahead, and if you don't want the pillows here, if it's too much for your shoulders, then remove them. If you love them, I find them to be nice little clouds, okay? So go ahead and settle in there. And if it's kind of weird and uncomfortable at the beginning, I want you to still breathe through this. Try to breathe through this. If for some reason you just can't be on your belly, just come to your back again or your side. We're going to do a lot of different stuff in a second. So enjoy this. If you start to find your mind wandering, just go ahead and start to say an affirmation to yourself, like, I am peace, all is well, okay? Just keep saying that to yourself over and over. It will be another about 2.5 minutes here. As you inhale, start to push off, lift the belly, come up and back. Now, for the next one, if you don't have yoga bolsters, you are going to keep your pillows, your blankets here in the center. If you have anything firmer, like body pillows, couch pillows, anything like that, you're going to want these, okay? Now, what we're going to do is take the blocks, if you have it, and we're going to actually put one on the tall side, one on the medium side. If you don't have blocks, you're going to want a couple pillows. Okay, we might use like 4 or 5 pillows here, or extra blankets, things like that. You're going to put a pillow that's folded up about as high as this. I'm so bad with inches. Maybe it's like 8-10 inches. So you're gonna bring it up that, and this one's about half the size. Okay, so I want you to have 2 heights, and then what you're gonna do is take your firmest cushion or pillow and lay it on top. Okay, so again, you can stack up 4 pillows and 2 pillows, and then have a more firm situation going up. However, you can get a little bit of height, that's all, okay? And we'll just kind of stack the bolster or whatever you have here. And then what we're going to do is come onto our side, okay? So what the rest of these are for, my pillows are still going to stay next to me because I want my hands to be down on something, okay? We're going to bring our hip straight kind of up to the bolster pillow, and we're going to lean down sideways on it, okay? The rest of these are actually for in between your legs, okay? And then you can decide here whether you want some extra cushion. Some people just want extra cushion on the very bottom, so on your mat. So I'm actually going to just lay another blanket right on top so it's nice and cozy. And then bring those pillows in nice and close. And my hands are just a snug on each side, okay? So what we're doing tonight is in a continuation, so it's like more of a digestive, twisting, restorative situation. The first 2 were really just to calm the nervous system, which calms the entire digestive system, which calms the muscles of the digestive system, the belly, okay, where we hold a lot of tension. And we are just going to, you can just put pillows up all over you. This will be for my back to lean on, okay? So make sure you have something underneath, in between your knees, so you can kind of stack that. And you're just letting this front arm chill out here, okay? So about 2.5 minutes on each side, okay? So I want you again to just relax into this. Think thoughts, literally say over and over to yourself, I am well, I am peace. I surrender, that's a good one, to surrender to the pillows. Close the eyes, let the belly just naturally hang out, fill, be bloated, whatever it needs to do. We have a little less than a minute here. If you did want to turn this into more of a twist, you can always come and bring the belly straight onto the bolster. I would like to stay here, but I will show you quickly. Like we did the other day, you actually bring your entire torso onto it. And now you have even more, so it becomes more of a twist. Okay, so that's definitely more digestive-y, but today we were going to just keep it pretty open. And then as you inhale, start to push off, come all the way up. We're diffusing, remember tonight, sandalwood, myrrh, and ylang ylang. Go ahead and come up, let your bum kind of come toward the back. You can just sit in neutral for a moment. The ylang ylang helps with the inner child. It helps with the creative kind of inner child, letting yourself get back to that space. The sandalwood is very much oil of divinity, been used for that tradition for a very long time. So go ahead and bring whatever was in between your legs with you over to the other side. Again, you're just going to let your right hip come to the edge now. You can, if you want a deeper twist, bring your whole torso straight on. We were just going to turn, though, towards that side and just let the entire body rest on the side, even though our hand's over here. So I'll be turning away from you, so enjoy this for 2.5 minutes. And then you can always use another pillow behind you to fall onto. As you inhale, start to come on up. Come back to center. Go ahead and remove those props away. Now for this next one, if you have a round bolster, that's all you're going to need. But if you don't, you're actually going to take up a blanket or two, depending on the thickness, and just roll it up to the thickness of my bolster here. Okay, so you're going to take your blanket, just go ahead and roll it so it's nice and thick, about this wide, about that thick. Okay, so as you're doing that, I'm just going to kind of get all my props out of the way. You're going to want something for your head. You can use a block. I've seen people use a block. You might want to use a pillow. Seems a little more comfy to me. And then what we're going to do is bring the bolster right in the middle. And we're going to let ourself laterally lay over the bolster. Okay, to help our thoracic spine kind of just naturally get this supine or passive stretch, okay? So what we're going to do is it's going to be right in that space. So it's going to support your ribs, but the low ribs, okay? Now, the arm, the reason I said some people use a block for this is because that top arm is literally just going to extend all the way. So let me come down more on my mat. That top arm that's down is going to extend all the way. Now, I would vote the left leg that's down bends, okay? Now, the head can actually be on the block here. I find this to be a bit high on the second side. You might bring it down to that first flat side and also bring a pillow. If it's easier to bring 2 pillows and just more comfy, that's my recommendation. But make sure that you bring it back enough because this arm really wants to extend here. Now, you can bring something again in between your legs. Okay, so I might bring one blanket or something soft to my arm over here. And I might bring a blanket or towel once again underneath my leg. So I'm choosing to kind of extend my top leg and bend that bottom one. But you can do whatever. You can bend both knees again if you like. Okay? And so again here, we're just allowing ourselves to drape over this and let this bottom hand stretch way out. Okay? Go ahead and then another option, by the way, is to let both arms come together. And sometimes I like this because you're just allowing everything to stretch out. Okay, but maybe start like that. And if after a while you'd rather just the passive, you're going to come back and just bring your hand down and support it somehow. Okay? So about 2 more minutes here, and then we'll go to the other side. As you're breathing, if you're starting to notice at all that you're back, your right hip is moving back, your top hip is moving back and falling. Go ahead and adjust that bottom hip so that the top one really stacks on top and that it comes kind of like the weight is so aligned that it doesn't feel restricted or like your back is holding on to it. Okay, so just take a few more moments, maybe like 15 more seconds here. And then as you inhale, start to roll up. Push off with your right hand. Okay, again, always come into neutral in the middle so you can find how you feel on either side. If you're scanning the day, if you're scanning thoughts from your day, you can do that, but just be kind to yourself. And if there's any negative or stress that comes up because of the thoughts you were thinking, replace it with an affirmation. I am peace. I am at ease. I give myself grace. Something like that. Just very short to bring you back to the mindset that allows your body to relax. Okay? Because it's all connected. We all know that science is finally catching up with these practices. So again, as you're lying down, start to bring your ribs, right, just above so they're supported. Your right arm is going all the way back so you can lay your head on the pillows. The arm is coming in front of the pillows. And if it feels good to stretch that arm over, go ahead and let it. That right knee is bent, the left leg is just hanging out straight, or however it feels good. Maybe it feels good for both of them to come in, but see if it feels good to stretch out that leg. The left hand can be on a blanket or stretched out, so enjoy this for about 2.5 minutes. Inhale, start to roll up. Bring yourself back to face the back, okay? Open up. Awesome. Now the last two poses, we've done versions of before, okay? Wow, time flies when you're sitting around in restorative poses, okay? So we're going to do something similar where we kind of bring two blocks, maybe the tall and medium size, okay? Let's see, which do I want? We're going to bring that back to that slanted version of whatever restorative thing you had going on. Okay, so get back to that. We're going to bring a super nice and comfy blanket over whatever it is, whatever setup you have going on here. Okay, the pillows are going to be next to you so that your knees can hang on them. Okay, so as you come down, the hips are at the base of that once again. Now, have two pillows and your blanket nearby. So when you're in Supta Baddha Konasana, okay, the feet are together, the knees splay onto something, okay? Now the neck here, you'll have to decide, your neck should be somewhat supported and your head should be somewhat supported. If there's anything else that you want under the neck, right, go for that, just so it's even more. I want this to be full support. And the blanket can come over you like it would be in Shavasana, okay? So go ahead and get super supported here. Again, this is a practice. This isn't quite Swarupa Yoga, but it's that's the practice that I found years ago when I had injury and I was very energetic and the universe was telling me I had to chill out. So I found this yoga and the whole thing is just propped yoga, and it was amazing how quickly my body healed from allowing myself to surrender, right, and be held up. So go ahead and allow yourself to do that here. We're just going to be here about 2.5, 3 minutes, not the full 5, because I really want you to get into a comfy shavasana. Okay, so go ahead, relax the shoulders, let the hands come palm down or palm up onto those pillows. Make sure the elbows are relaxed. If I was going to get really picky, I'd have you bring your elbows onto like lung bolsters or other support. So go ahead, find that mantra that works for you, your affirmation, I am peace. Ideally, you'd be in a very dim, lighted room with your diffuser going, smelling that myrrh, frankincense, and ylang-ylang. Ylang-ylang has a sweet, for me, calming smell. The sandalwood, as I said, it's very devotional as a scent, as a tree. And the myrrh that I'm diffusing today very much is in line with the mother line of your family, the Mother Earth, giving gratitude or healing anything that's in that line, that blueprint. It'll help to come up, it'll help to heal. So give yourself that gift of surrendering here. It'll be just another minute. Feeling the muscles as they kind of unwind. You should start to feel them pulse and relax. breathing deep into the belly. Start to close one knee over the other. Bring your blankets with you. Roll on up. Carefully unwind your props. You're going to take that nice big flat blanket. We're going to lay this on top of our entire mat. You don't need those big bolsters if you have them, so undo the blankets if they were blankets. The blocks you won't need. But you will need the towels that we brought. So go ahead and roll up your smaller towel for your neck. Bring that down as your neck pillow. You are going to use your pillows for your arms. Okay. You're going to have one blanket on top of you and one blanket just as wide as your mat. Okay, so your nice comfy blanket, just lay it on your entire mat. Again, roll that neck pillow up so it's nice and perfect for your curve. Now, I'm sorry, we are going to need one bolster just to put our or pillow to put our knees, the underside of our knees on. This blanket down here is going to be for our Achilles, okay? So get whatever pillows you have extra. You're going to put that or those right underneath your knees. The ankles, it's important to have the ankles supported. We typically don't do that in Shavasana. But here for restorative and for calming everything down, we will be. And just go ahead and lay the blanket over you. If you have eye pillows or anything that resembles an eye pillow, go ahead and put that over the eyes, dim the lights. Okay, let yourself come down fully. Adjust the neck towel. And just make sure it's at the perfect height for your head to be straight up and for your neck to feel long. Okay? And go ahead and, again, maybe your hands, the pillows are really close to you. Okay? Maybe that feels good. Maybe you need to move them somewhere else. They're nice on my elbows as well, with hands on the belly to just confirm to your body that all is safe here, okay? As long as we're following precautions and being kind to ourselves. If we have a stressed body, we have too much cortisol in the body, okay? This is not a good mixture for the immune system when it's trying to just keep you healthy and keep you at peak state. We want to be at peak state. Okay, so hopefully this is the practice to get you there, my friends. Deep breath into the belly. Smell those oils if you have them brewing. Relax everything down. I am peace. I am safe. I am well. All is well. I give love to all those people who need it right now. I live a life free of stress and full of bliss. as you start to deepen your breath and wiggle eyes in their closed sockets and wiggle ears and fingers and toes. Start to deepen the breath to bring the knees in toward the chest. And roll over to one side, resting there for a moment, a long moment. And as you come over to that side and have a heavy head and are supported with the hands and maybe the elbow, push up to seated slowly. Go ahead and bring your hands together at the heart with me. You can listen or join in as we close our long surrendering practice today. So deep breath here. May all beings know peace. May all beings know self-love. May the light in me shine to that light that is inevitably shining in you, whether you know it or feel it or not. And here, I wanted to read this for you to bring this with you tonight and through the week. I am now ready and willing to surrender belittling self-talk. And this is belittling self-talk in the sense of the whole as well, right? It could be about your situation. It could be about the collective situation. Belittling in any way, right? That inevitably brings you some kind of hurt or stress. I can now allow myself to be cherished and held dear. And if that means with pillows on your mat in your quiet time, then let it be so. And then see yourself laying down all weapons of destruction, of self-harm, of anything like that, and receiving instead grace in return. So I hope that that helps you tonight to bring yourself some self-love, to bring yourself some digestive health and some parasympathetic love, okay, bringing your nervous system back in check. And tomorrow we will be back here bright and early, trying to bring Rope Kello in again for a family time. So if you have littles, this will be the second in the series, okay? Thank you guys so much for your community, your support. Again, go back to week 1 where we did more of a flow. Week 2 is a little mix. Week 3 is a lovely mix of restorative hip openers and digestive stuff, and then some family yoga soon. And I'll let you know what's coming up Friday. So thank you for your support and community. We will talk to you soon. Have a beautiful evening. Bye-bye.